command line basics. So when a Java program is launched from the command line, any tokens that follow the class name are passed to the program as an array of strings. Okay. The JVM populates the arguments or args parameter of this one with three values, giving the program a simple way to receive configuration, file paths, and flags at startup. Okay, so first one is the args array, like this one. This one we have not discussed this till now, but let's see what is this one. Okay, so every argument arrives as a string. The array is always non-null. It is empty if the user passed nothing. This one is never null. Okay, it can be empty if we are not providing basically any arguments. Okay, so let's say we have this code and args.length. We can print this one and args I. So let's copy this syntax. Okay, for now remove all these things. So what we can do is compile this one, and here after our this main class name, we are not providing any arguments, right? So or this length should be 0. Okay, now what if we provide something, let's say 1 and 2 ABC, okay, anything, then we got here count 3. They can also provide this one from here. Okay, current file, and when we run this one, run with parameters. So inside that here, program arguments, we can write anything, 1 2 1 2 2 4 5, anything. Okay, now we can run this one, and you can see here we got those 4 parameters. Okay, so that's also fine, but we will be using terminal here. Okay, clear this. So these arguments are passed to our program's main method. Okay, this one, as an array of strings. Okay, so we can separate them by spaces. All right. Okay, now what if we want to provide something more? So anything, right? Okay, we can write more, and to close this one, you can always provide this again. Okay, now run this one and we got that. All right. Okay, so that's fine. Now what if we don't provide anything, and if we try to access something? Okay, let's see here, system.out.println. We can access, let's say, args 0, and if we don't provide anything, then we will get one exception, obviously. Okay, we have to recompile that code. All right, now if we run this directly, array index of bounds exception. Okay, expected. So we should always check first. All right, so all arguments are strings. Okay, that's fine. Accessing and validating, you can do that. Now system.exit 1 signals to the caller a shell script. Okay, that something went wrong. Use 0 for success and non-zero value for an error. And if you have seen this one here, when we have ran this code inside this one. Okay, so run this again, and you can see right now we have set these kind of arguments, I guess. So configuration, edit. Okay, so remove those things, and now if we run this one, cannot application with name main already exists. Oh, so okay, so now you can see here array index of bounds exception, and we got our code 1. Okay. All right. And if we comment out that, and if we run this one again, this one zero. Okay. So zero means everything went successful. Now next one is quoting and whitespace. The cell splits arguments on whitespace before Java sees them. To pass a value that contains spaces, wrap it in quotes at the cell. Okay, we have seen that one. Quoting is a cell concern, not a Java one. Okay, the same rules apply whether you use bash, okay, or Windows CMD. Quick reference, args.length, like that. System.exit this one. Terminate with exit code n, 0 for success. Okay. You have quick summary. You can take a look into that. Okay, now we can move to our next chapter, which is argument parsing. So the args array gives us raw strings. Okay, any real program needs to convert them to the right types and validate them as well. Okay, handle the common patterns of flags and option values. And we will cover in this one standard parsing methods, conventional shapes of command line options. Also, we will cover Behan to turn for non-trivial CLIs. Parsing primitive types. Each wrapper class provides a static parse, something like that. We have seen that. Okay. And we will get number format exception if you provide different type of argument. Okay. In this one. So any realistic program wraps the call in try catch block. All right. Target type int. We have seen those kind of things. Okay. Okay. Now let's see flags and options pattern. So we have this boolean flag and present or absent, no value attached. Okay. Option with value. All right, that's fine. Positional argument, a file path or input that carries that dash prefix. Okay. So we can write some. Okay. So here is one case. If we just provide these directly, then Java will consider those as a string. Okay. So let's see. In this one, when we run this one, and let's say ABC, and we want to provide here some flag. Okay. But let's try to do that. Common one is LA or something else. Then our Java will consider this one as argument. Okay, not any flag. So we can handle those manually, something like that. So this one case, which is that verbose, okay, true, and we can handle those things. All right. So usually we don't do that. Same for key values as well. Okay. For complex command line applications with many options, okay, we can use professional libraries. Okay, so Picocli, JCommander, or Apache Common CLI. Okay, they give us declarative option definitions, automatic help text, and correct error messages. But again, we usually don't work with CLI. So either you can skip this chapter. We just put this one for some information that you can also learn these kind of things. Okay. Now we can move forward with our next topic, which is exception handling.